My name is Dr. Julius, just like you said, and I'm an orthopedic surgeon and investor. But I guess today's conversation is going to be mostly focused on my orthopedic surgery work. So I was born and raised in Nigeria, and went left after high school to start college. And when I say start college, I mean start college in the US, right? So I left in 1999 to start college in upstate New York. And then very shortly afterwards was admitted to medical school. I was lucky to get into medical school at Howard University in Washington, D.C. Soon after that, I mashed um, in, in in the field called orthopedics, and that's the surgery of muscles, bones, and joints, if you want to think about it that way. Um, but the story that led me to doing orthopedics in the first place, I think it's important to highlight because actually went into medical school thinking I wanted to be a cardiovascular surgeon. But a conversation with my father about my paternal grandmother changed all of that because we were having a conversation and we were exchanging pleasantries, and I asked after my grandmother, his mother, and he said, "Oh no, she's having quite a bit of a hard time with the knees. She's having a hard time, walking and doing the things that she loves to do on a daily basis." And she was diagnosed with end-stage knee arthritis. That's severe arthritis of the knee. And so I was wondering, why couldn't that be fixed easily? And even at that time in Nigeria, my father told me that, it's difficult to find anyone to essentially replace her knee or fix her knee at that time. So that started a cascade of different events that eventually led me from being focused on being a cardiovascular surgeon to essentially pursuing the world of orthopedic surgery. And so I was fortunate to train at one of the best places in the world to do it. And after that, got into a fellowship at Rush University Medical School in Chicago, and trained specifically to replace people's hips and knees. And over the last 11 plus years, I've been a consultant, orthopedic surgeon. And the first three of those were spent in Philadelphia at Einstein Einstein Hospital. But that hospital is actually now called Jefferson Einstein, and it was while I was there that I was recruited by Johns Hopkins that's where I've been for the last 8+ years. So currently at Hopkins, I'm a associate professor of orthopedic surgery, and I also am the director for global orthopedics at Johns Hopkins. So in the last several weeks, specifically about 6 weeks ago, I took a leave of absence from Johns Hopkins and came to Nigeria because I wanted to bring as much impact as I could to improving access to care in Nigeria. And I wanted to do everything that I could to improve the quality of orthopedic surgery care, particularly joint replacement care. For orthopedic surgery and musculoskeletal care in general, I wanted to do my part to improve this. I had been coming over the last 10 years, on and off a few times a year to deliver services either through our nonprofit Operation Stand Walk Run or through other boutique hospitals, collaborations with boutique hospitals like Cass Hospital and others. But I didn't feel like we were able to move the needle fast enough. So or moved in or create impact at the scale that I wanted. So I felt it was going to be important for me to take significant time to come on ground and do some of this super impactful work. And so far, so good. It's been a whirlwind of events, but it's great. I've seen my first series of patients. I've operated on my first series of patients, and they're doing well, thankfully. And I expect to continue to expand the work in the weeks and months and to come. So that's in short who I am and what I'm doing here. And I appreciate the opportunity to be here today. Thank you.